So I tried filming a favorites video of books that I enjoyed, but I didn't really know how to state my love for these books. So instead I'm doing a review on Me. Is it Me? Yeah, it's Me and Earl and the Dying Girl. Okay. This book is by Jessie Andrews, who is probably one of my new favorite authors. This is probably one of the first books that I've read that, is supposed to be funny, I guess. I don't know if it's supposed to be funny. I found it funny. Because honestly, I don't read a lot of books that are funny, like humorous novels. I read a lot of dystopian, serious, not literature, but serious, school books and deep emotional things. So this book was kind of a relief, which is why I was probably able to finish it in such a short time. Though I loved this book, I will say I hated Greg. And some people are going to be like, what are you thinking? Greg was amazing. I found him really annoying, personally. Though I did like how the book is written. I love a stream of conscious, and he's talking to you, and I think that's called second person narrative. I really don't know. I just know if first and third are, so I'm assuming second is when you talk to someone. I don't honestly know. That's what I thought I remembered, but I don't really know what I remember. And I like the way that a lot of the dialogue is in script form, because the whole point is that Greg is a filmmaker. Anyways, back to my original hatred of Greg. I think he's right when he says he's a jackass because of his treatment and the way he thinks about people in general, and how he feels like he has to be there for Rachel when he says he doesn't really care. And that honestly just made me dislike him. Except for maybe the end when he kind of has a realization and starts crying. But throughout most of the book, I really didn't like him. But I will say I loved Earl. Earl is this kid who, grows up in such a bad home and crap. And, he's comic relief, honestly. He's so funny. I loved him. And yet, as funny and as sarcastic as he is able to, in my opinion, have the best relationship. Not best relationship, but he actually understands what's going on with the dying girl, aka Rachel. Whereas I feel like Earl is just kind of there and, is doing what he thinks he has to, and that in high school, he's just trying to get by and be friendly with people so he doesn't have anyone hate them. My favorite part is, no spoilers, let me tell you this, is when Earl calls, well, it's not really a spoiler, when Earl calls him out and yells at him. That is honestly my favorite part, where Earl tells Greg how it is. That is honestly my favorite part of this book. I don't know. As much as I loved this book, I hated it at the same time, which is really weird. I mean, I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5 stars because I loved the book, but the character just made me so mad. It was kind of like Catcher in the Rye, where in the sense I loved the story and I loved everything about it, except the main character I just kind of wanted to punch in the face the whole time, which Earl kind of does in the end. So, I mean, I guess I kind of get my revenge. But definitely pick this book up. I don't want you thinking of me hating the character as, a deterrent, because it's definitely not. The thing is the thing I didn't like about it was his voice and how the way he thinks about life and how he's a people pleaser. That's what I didn't like about it. But everything else I loved about this book. I finished it in 3 days, which besides The Fault in Our Stars and a few other books is probably the shortest time it's taken me to read a book. It's really light, which is what I liked about it. I think I've said that a few times. It's funny. The Rachel, which I should talk about a little bit, kind of a Debbie Downer, but I did like her character. I I think, honestly, Earl is my favorite one. And Mr. What is it, McCarthy? I don't quite remember. Was also one of my favorite characters. Anyways, definitely pick it up. Read it. I do love this book as much as I really would never want to. I would never be a Greg Gaines, and I hope you aren't. I hope you stay true to who you really are, like Earl. So, yeah. Definitely read it. I don't know if I'm going to do an in-depth Goodreads review since I'm doing a video, but I will review it eventually when I get on that site next. So, yeah. Go check it out, please. Bye.